Hi and welcome to my final video on play. So far we've looked at embodiment and projection. Today we're going to look a little bit at role. So what's important to remember is that there is no rush between any of these different stages. Take it at your child's pace. When they're ready to move on, then they will show you that. And remember, they might have something that they bring with them between them. So we talked a little bit about maybe the transition between the first and the second stage, and maybe having a blanket or a soft toy or something that gives them a little bit of comfort in making that transition. You might find that they need that making the transition from projection to role. So in terms of the role play, you can use anything that you may have already created in the projection stage. So we talked about puppets and about masks. It might be that you've created one that you would like to use in role. I don't know if I talked at all about creating stories, but that might have been something else you did in the projection stage. There might have been comic strip work or a scene that you've played out in the sand tray that you can then play out in role play. That can be maybe interviewing a character that you've been playing with, learning a little bit more about that character in order to play them out. It might also be that you create a puppet theatre, and then you can play out your scenes or stories with the puppets that you've created in the theatre. So there's a lot of different options. And for your characters, you don't need to have lots of different costumes and lots of different things that you can dress up in. It's amazing what lots of different fabrics can do. You can make skirts, you can make scenery, you can make cloaks, you can make various things with them, and they're a great extra tool. Likewise with hats that you might have around. You don't need to have specifically police hats or workman hats. You can create something, and you can also carry that on with swords. I'm wondering where they are. I've put them away, but the swords that I talked about, and I think it was the first video, and sword play and movement, you can use those swords that you may have painted or decorated in the projection stage, and you can carry that forward into your role stage. There's nothing to be fearful about sword fights or toy guns or Nerf guns. It's part of what our young people see on the television, see on the news, see in different places, and it's okay to play those out and use those to make sense of the world and what it is, where they are, where they're living. So yes, so costumes, hats, fabrics, guns, swords, masks, puppets. There's lots and lots of different options in creating stories that they can role play. I have in the booklets that I think was attached, and you had the link to in the first video, I've given some examples of how you can do it, leading you through the different stages. So I'm just going to read out one of these. So looking at Harry Potter, it might be that you go treasure hunting for ingredients to make a magic potion, remembering all of the sensory smells and textures and wondering what things are. It might be that you then play games like hiding or running as if it's Harry Potter going through the magical woods. It might be that you find sticks that you can make a wand with, and then you can role play that in dressing up as Harry Potter or Hermione or whoever it is, and playing out one of the scenes from the movie or recreating your own movie. But likewise, thinking about Spider-Man, there are a lot of options with that as well. It may be, how does Spider-Man move? You could maybe play the theme tune to Spider-Man and move to that. You could recreate some of the music. It might be there's a bit of parkour, climbing incorporated, or body painting, and then leading on to making a mask of the villain, or interviewing the villain, or doing a newspaper article or a news interview and then enacting a rescue or something a villain's doing. So there's a lot of ways that you can incorporate all different forms of play into something, but just going with your young person, playing with them, taking on the roles that they might want you to do, building your relationships, developing the play, learning social skills and friendship skills and how to be around other people, and exploring their world and what they see on TV or what they see out and about. And that's what the role stage is about. It's about exploring the world and making sense of the world and trying different things out. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch my videos. I hope you've gained something from them. I would love to hear what you're doing and things that you've been up to.